MrYorkieLoverFitness.com. Ladies and gentlemen, the first man to build 21-inch biceps, drug-free.
My friends, it's Leroy again. Now, my friend Jason, that runs out the his video, MrYorkieLover.com, told me that Jim Morris was going to be inducted in the Bodybuilding Hall of Fame this Memorial Day. And the reason it struck me, and you realize, my friends, because, see, I'm talking to you, a lot of you guys, I know how you feel when you were 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, because I was there training. I know the feeling, the omnipotence. I know how you feel then. That's why I feel so much that I'm helping you guys, because I'm giving you guys things nobody else on the net can give you, because they didn't grow up in this like I have. Started when I was 10. And the reason I'm talking about Jim is it's fascinating. Jim used to be in our gym on the Lower East Side. Some of the terrific guys on the Lower East Side. We had a little gym, Westside Barbell Club, we called it. And we all trained there. And we all like like a conglomerate, except for Jim Morris. Jim Morris never joined the groups, never talked. We looked at him, see, like homosexuality and all that stuff. And then we were kids, homosexuality. We talk about it, gays, we laugh. But Jim was having conflict, which I wasn't aware of, and none of us was aware of. We just looked at him as an oddball because he never joined us. We were like a big club. We were so excited and training, and no Jim Morris. He'd be in a training somewhere, we wouldn't even notice him. And so, sooner or later, he left the gym. No fan, he left, we didn't even know he was gone because he never interchanged with us. We didn't know what the hell, why are you such an oddball? But what are we going to do? Cry about it? So in any case, we went to Hollywood, and he was a bodyguard for few people. And he came out, declared he was a homosexual. Excuse me. And I think that was a problem with him when he was with us. We were talking about who we were going to screw and how we were going to get this girl. He couldn't get into that because that wasn't his bag. But we didn't know that. We just thought he was an oddball. So then, later on, we never became friends because he didn't communicate, but I was aware of him. And we knew of him because he was with us way before he got started in the bodybuilding and made a name for himself. So, you see, that's what happens when you eat too many nuts. I'm gobbling down those nuts before I talk to you. Anyhow, come to find out now, he's, he's being inducted, and he's a vegan. I was going to get in touch with him a couple of years ago, but I just didn't get around to it. Get in touch in a formal manner and start talking about the old days. But I never got around to it. But what fascinates me, he's doing all right for his age. But I must tell you, I don't have nothing but total and utter contempt for that vegan diet. I mean, total and utter contempt. Now, I haven't seen him in a while. I understand he looks good for his age. He must be close to me, but not as old as I am. Because the diet doesn't make sense, my friends. Nothing that comes from, and you know what? As I have talked a number of times, my friends, about the guy that was on the ocean 164 days, and he lived off a low-flying bird he can grab, break up, and eat, or the fish. I wonder how much broccoli you can raise on the seed. It does not make any sense. There's so many important elements of the diet that you need that's not in that diet. It's unbelievable. The Indians lived off, you name me somebody lived off any country where people live off the vegan diet. I don't know of any. It's a cult. That's all it is. It's a cult. I mean, and it's 1,001 cults. And yet they try to explain. You know what fascinates me about these people? To save the animal people. They try to export. If you believe, see, that's one thing I like about the Jewish religion. They're not trying to get you in it. You got to break your ass to get into the Jewish religion. Because they believe what they're doing. They don't need you to support them. And that's what if they really believe that shit, they wouldn't be talking about it all the time. I mean, of all the diets I have, the most contempt for is that vegan diet. Now, really, you know, it's good because, you know, that's supposed to be Jim's thing. I got to call Jim. I got his number. I got to call him. I should have called him before I made this video. But I'm making the video because he's being indulged, he's being honored this Labor Day. And I wanted to, you know, congratulate him with the video. I'll call him. But I really think back to the old days. You see, the old days when Jim was grown, you know, getting himself together, and how different he was, and he's still the same way. In any case, that's my take on Jim. Not negative. I didn't bring him out of the closet. He came out way before I said anything. So I'm just telling you about Jim. He's a nice guy. I have nothing negative to say about him, except for that goddamn vegan diet. Whew, that just upsets me. Anyhow, to be continued, and don't waste your time now if you don't subscribe. You got to subscribe now. You got to subscribe to Yorkie Lover. You got to subscribe, and you got to click on YorkieLoverPleasure.com. You got to put that on. Now, you know, I mean, let's face it. You got to help us out here. YorkieLover.com. Don't forget. And check out my website, and you'll see how we were when we were 14 and 15. That's when Jim was hanging around with us then. You'll enjoy. To be continued.
Wait a minute. Before you click away, I want you to subscribe, like, comment, hell, even dislike if you want to. At least do something before you get out of here.